It's 8 clean sheets in a row for Arsenal, 7 of them for David Raya. And since the start of last season, he has kept the most of any Premier League goalkeeper with 20. That is obviously well clear of everyone else, including Dean Henderson, Jordan Pickford and Robert Sanchez, who are closest to that figure. Now, you might think, well, come on, it's not that hard to be the Arsenal goalkeeper right now, is it? They keep clean sheets all the time because they're not facing any shots. Or are they? Let's have a look. In the vertical here, we have got minutes per goal conceded. And in the horizontal, we have got shots on target conceded per minute. Now, this illustrates really how much better Arsenal are at keeping the ball out of the net than the rest of the Premier League. They're way up there, Arsenal. They are very much able to stop attacks before the opposition can get a shot off. Look, I know what you're thinking. If you're at home, sometimes these graphics aren't your cup of tea, but what you can take away from that is that Arsenal are very good.
Saliba, Gabriel, Havertz, Arsenal injury news and return dates ahead of Club Brugge and Wolves. Arsenal remain top of the Premier League table as they hunt for the title under Mikel Arteta. Arsenal are back in action on Wednesday night with an away trip to Belgium to play Club Brugge in the Champions League. They will be looking to bounce back from their 2-1 league defeat to Aston Villa over the weekend. Emi Buendia scored a last-gasp winner for the hosts at Villa Park. Up next in the league is a home clash with struggling Wolves. The Gunners remain top of the Premier League table, though, after 15 fixtures as they look to win the title. Manchester City are 2 points behind them, whilst Villa are 3. Here's a look at the latest injury news and return dates. When are defensive trio William Saliba, Gabriel, and Christian Mosquera back for Arsenal? William Saliba. Arsenal have been without key centre-back William Saliba recently. They continue to make checks on the defender ahead of their next league outing against Wolves on Saturday. In this latest update, his boss Mikel Arteta has said, "He had a little niggle, so I think it's going to be a matter of days, so let's see if he's able to be there tomorrow." The ankle earlier in the season was really random and a very unlucky action that kept him out for a few weeks. This one as well, very bizarre, but hopefully it will be a matter of days. Expected return date, 13/12/2025. Gabriel. Gabriel is also sidelined for the Gunners, which isn't ideal. They are having to make do without 2 of their most influential players right now. His head coach has said, "Big Gabi is doing very well, but that's weeks as well." Expected return date, 27/12/2025. Christian Mosquera. To make matters worse, Arsenal also have Christian Mosquera out of action. The former Valencia man sustained his setback against Brentford last week. Arteta has provided this latest news on his condition. He's going to be out for weeks. Unfortunately, it's much more than what we expected, but the player was feeling it, so he's going to be out for weeks. Expected return date, 3/1/2026. Arsenal injury latest regarding Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, Arsenal attacker, hasn't been seen much so far in this campaign. The German international has been in the treatment room with a knee injury. He isn't too far away now, and they will be waiting for the right opportunity to throw him back into the fold. Arteta has said, "Matter of weeks. Let's see how it evolves. He's doing really well, he's doing stuff on the pitch, but I think he needs some time. He was doing everything, he could not go to the next level. We are all desperate to have him." Expected return date, 30/12/2025. Gabriel Jesus. Arsenal have seen Gabriel Jesus return recently and are being patient with him as he looks to build up his fitness. He played in a friendly for the under-21s against Manchester United over the weekend as he gets back up to speed. When fit, he gives them more competition and depth up top and is a useful player to call upon. Expected return date, ASAP. Arsenal latest, Gunners handed Club Brugge boost as UEFA opportunity emerges. Arsenal traveled to Club Brugge in the Champions League on Wednesday following Saturday's 2-1 defeat at Aston Villa, with the host potentially missing up to 9 players. Arsenal's first defeat since August has thrown them off balance, but Mikel Arteta has an opportunity to regain stability against Club Brugge. The Gunners are set to continue their Champions League campaign on Wednesday, and are the only team yet to face defeat in the tournament. However, following a 2-1 loss to Aston Villa on Saturday, Arsenal could be on course for a familiar slump in results if they suffer another blow in Belgium. Arteta has a unique chance to bolster his squad due to a recent UEFA rule change in the wake of more fitness concerns. There is also optimism as Wednesday's opponents aren't showing strong form ahead of the midweek clash. And Football.London delves into all the latest happenings at the Emirates as Arsenal aim to maintain top spot in the Champions League standings. Club Brugge update boosts Gunners. Following on from their Villa Park disappointment, Arsenal might find comfort in Club Brugge's current form and injury woes. The Belgian heavyweights are grappling with an injury epidemic that could sideline up to 9 players for the Wednesday clash. Nicky Haynes' team is languishing at 26th in the Champions League table, having secured just 1 victory in their 5 outings so far. Their domestic performance mirrors their European struggles, with 3 losses in their last 4 matches across all competitions. The club's casualty list includes both first-choice goalkeepers, Noorden Jackers and former Liverpool man Simon Mignolet, paving the way for Danny van den Heuvel to continue his stint in goal. Long-term injuries have also ruled out Ludovic Rees, Lint Oudour and Zaid Romero. Adding to their troubles, Jorn Spielers and Mamadou Diakon are likely to miss the Arsenal match, due to illness. Romeo Vermont is undergoing concussion protocols, while Kyriani Sabe is battling a groin issue. Despite their challenges, Club Brugge cannot be underestimated, as evidenced by their 3-3 draw against Barcelona at Jan Breidel Stadium last month. However, hands-mounting squad problems certainly tip the scales in favor of the visiting English side. Arteta spurns chance to rotate. The recent wave of injuries seems to be impacting Arsenal, especially if the defeat at Villa Park is any indication. Summer recruit Christian Mosquera is among the latest casualties, sidelined with an ankle issue that could keep him out for up to 8 weeks. According to a UEFA rule introduced this season, Arsenal have the option to replace Mosquera in their Champions League squad for the rest of the league phase. This has sparked rumors that Gabriel Jesus, who is en route to his latest comeback, could step in, given the absences of Kai Havertz and Leandro Trossard, along with Victor Gyökeres' recent recovery from injury. However, Football.London understands Mikel Arteta will pass up the opportunity to bring in Jesus, opting to keep Mosquera as one of his choices. The hope is Mosquera will recover in time to contribute to Arsenal's final first-round matches. Jesus, who has suffered an ACL injury in January, has yet to make an appearance this season, but has returned to full training. He was recently named on the bench for 2 Premier League matches as an unused substitute before missing the Villa match to participate in a behind-the-closed-doors friendly against Manchester United. This week marks Arteta's last chance to take advantage of the new UEFA rule, which will no longer be applicable after match day 6. This week's round of fixtures. However, all indications currently suggest the deadline may come and go without any changes from Arteta. Arsenal handed red card verdicts after Aston Villa defeat as Emi Martinez moment was spotted. Arsenal were beaten by Aston Villa this past weekend, with some fresh referee verdicts issued on some big talking points from the Premier League clash. Former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher has issued a verdict on a red card incident in Aston Villa Arsenal. During the Gunners' 2-1 defeat, both Amadi Onana and Bukayo Saka were penalized for strong challenges, with an accusation later aimed at Emi Martinez for getting the latter sent off. Matty Cash opened the scoring with a fierce low drive, but halftime substitute Leandro Trossard leveled matters 7 minutes after coming on. Going for the win, Unai Emery threw a Emi Buendia into the action for Cash, and that paid dividends when he scored a 95th-minute winner. Given the importance of the clash, there were a number of heated exchanges and strong challenges. Onana put in one of those on Merino, but no card was awarded, with Gallagher of the belief the correct decision was made. Saka was one player that was shown a yellow card. That was issued his way after he delayed the restart, though Martinez wanted 2 bookings to be shown, with the other one being for his foul on Ian Motson. However, Jay Bothroyd has clearly stated it was not worth 2 cautions, and instead has had a go at Martinez for his reaction. He said, "The yellow card is for the reaction. I can understand why, because he's towed the ball away, but he's got to keep his emotions in check. Martinez is trying to get him sent off, which is poor from him. It's definitely not a second yellow. Saka is trying to avoid Martinez as anything, but Martinez is playing the game." The defeat to Villa now means Arsenal have picked up just 2 points from a possible 9 in their last 3 away league games. After the match, Arteta spoke about that being a disappointment, but stressed that his side will be looking to bounce back. "That's the league," he admitted, when presented with the scenario that Arsenal could have been well clear at the top. "You go to Old Trafford, you go to New St. James Park, you come to Chelsea, we've been in a lot of difficult grounds, and today the result could have been different. The reality is not, and that's the step that we have to make. We've been 18 games unbeaten, and still we are there, very close to each other, and that's the level of the league, and we know that. That's the opportunity that we have ahead of us. And that's it, now it's time to bounce back." Arsenal's response to losing the game for the first time since early September will come in Belgium this Wednesday evening as they face Club Brugge in the Champions League. Following that, the Gunners take on Wolves and Everton in the Premier League, with a Carabao Cup tie against Crystal Palace before Christmas. A busy fixture period continues after that as Arsenal host Brighton and Aston Villa before 2026 begins. Their first clash of the new year is away to Bournemouth, with Liverpool heading to Emirates Stadium just a few days later.